Hi there, it's Jen Simon from Frappinaise. I wanted to do a quick video today, even though I haven't been around for a while. And I wanted to talk about the worst way to become vegan. The reason why is because I recently decided to adopt a vegan diet, and for me it wasn't a huge change because I don't really eat that much meat to begin with, or I didn't eat that much meat to begin with. But because I decided to try some new recipes and learn some new ways of cooking and being, I was all over YouTube watching videos about veganism. I watched the Bite-Size Vegan and The Friendly Activist and Unnatural Vegan, I think is the name of her channel, and learned some cool stuff, and it gave me a sense of like, yes, I'm part of a movement, and that was really great. And I've also watched Gary Yourofsky videos. That was all great. But of course, as you're doing that, you come across all the anti-vegan videos as well, which I generally don't watch because I have better things to do than fight on the internet with people. But one trend that I saw really grabbed my attention, and that was people taste testing vegan food, doing like comparisons, like how does vegan food taste compared to meat, or I guess what you would call regular food if you're a meat eater. And this kind of fascinated me. The reason it fascinated me is because I was like, oh, so they're gonna compare like a tofu stir fry with peppers, onions, and kale to a hamburger? How can you compare those two things? But what I found was usually with vegan taste tests, by vegan food, what they meant was vegan versions of meat. So a lot of people will like compare like a veggie burger to a hamburger, or a tofurkey dog to a hot dog, which is the weirdest thing I've ever, it would never occur to me to do that. Like, what a strange comparison to make. Because the thing is, of course, if you try to make meat out of vegetables, it's not going to taste like meat. Kind of like if you tried to make a cake out of meat, it wouldn't really taste like cake. You wouldn't taste test a meat cake versus a regular cake because they have nothing to do with each other. You're trying to make something it's not. And I found this again and again in veganism videos. They talk about what they call transitional foods, that tofurkey burgers and stuff like that are transitional foods for people who are transitioning to a vegan lifestyle from meat eating. And I have to say that, to me, that seems like a really bad idea, because so many vegan foods that are vegan happen to also be delicious. So why would you try to replace your meat with not meat that's not as good as the meat? It's a very, very strange concept. Anyway, I have a few things in my refrigerator currently that are the vegan version of meat, just because I wanted to try that out. Most of it I've really not liked. Most of the like vegan cheese and quasi meat type things I thought were kind of nasty. I have not yet tried these mozzarella shreds, mozzarella style shreds. I should make a pizza and try this out. I also have not yet eaten the smoked apple sage field roast sausage, which I don't know why I bought this, but I will try it and it will probably be good. I had some Italian sausage, like vegan Italian sausage, that I used in a pasta dish recently, and that was fine. Even my family liked it. It was okay. I don't know that I would go out of my way to cook that very often, but it was okay. But I guess my point is, it's really not good to try to make things be what they're not. It's kind of like you have a best friend. You have a best friend, and they're of the opposite sex or whatever sex is attractive to you. And you talk and you laugh and you do things together and it's wonderful. And then one night you're both lonely, maybe a little drunk, one thing leads to another, and you hook up with this person. And then the next day you're like, we're trying to make this into something it's not. That's exactly what happens when you do this to vegetables. This is something it's not. You know what's good if you want to try vegan food and want to do like a taste test? These are pecans. Pecans are delicious. And you know what? They taste exactly like pecans. They taste like what you would expect a pecan to taste like. And pecans taste pretty good. And if you are not a vegan or a vegetarian, it's likely you haven't had a pecan lately. So I suggest you try it. Tahini sauce, also vegan, also delicious. It's really good. It's Middle Eastern, and it's good with falafel and cucumber sandwiches and stuff like that. It's really tasty. Also hummus. Hummus is also vegan. And hummus also tastes exactly like hummus. It's very hummus-like in its texture and flavor because it is hummus. Red lentils. A great thing you can do with red lentils is cook them Ethiopian style. It's called Misir Wat, but if you basically just Google Ethiopian red lentils, you'll find a whole bunch of recipes, and super delicious. Usually they call for being cooked with butter, but you know, you can use, I can't remember the name of it, but they have vegan butter, you know, imitation butter, and it's very good. Unlike some imitation things, the vegan imitation butter actually is pretty tasty. It's perfectly fine. Green lentils. I got these from my farm delivery. They make a great soup. French green lentils are delicious. And I also have yellow split peas, which I also cook Ethiopian style. I don't know what the name of it is when it's cooked Ethiopian style, but a puree of yellow split peas can be really, really delicious. So I highly recommend that if people are thinking about switching to a vegan diet, that they work on expanding their palate beforehand. Like try some vegetable dishes, learn how to cook lentils, learn how to make some bean salads and things involving beans and nuts and grains and vegetables. Because I think that trying to transition from meat to sort of meat might be a little more difficult and a little less tasty than transitioning from meat to other things that taste like what they're supposed to taste like. That's my 2 cents. I hope this has been useful. If you like videos like this, please click subscribe below, and I will see you again soon. Take care.